Ooh, what's good, all my stock market homies? It's your boy Kevin. This is Touchdown Trades. We got a big video for you guys today. We're going to be talking about a stock that I think is going to zero. That's right. I think this company is fraudulent. I think it was a scam put together by the executives, the CEO, and the bad part is it's a popular retail EV stock. This whole thing is bad. It smells of fraud, and I personally believe that the CEO and the top executives are in big trouble, possibly looking at criminal charges. We're going to be talking about this stock, and we're also going to be talking about a couple of stocks that I think are positioned to run over the next few weeks, put in big moves, and head to the moon. If you're new to the channel, we talk about the top stocks in the stock market every single day. Do me a favor, everybody hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet done so. Turn on the notifications and destroy that like button, because the like button is not our friend, it's our enemy, and we must destroy it. Every like on this video will send the S&P 500 up by 1%. Let's get it. All right, so there's been a lot of talk about short sellers. Short sellers are bad, they're evil, shame on you short sellers. And in some cases, that is true. What happened with GameStop and AMC was wrong. The short sellers broke the law. They shorted naked shorts, which is illegal and shouldn't be allowed to happen. However, 90% of the time or more, short sellers are doing the stock market a service. They're doing retail traders, small traders like me and you, a service, and I think they get a bad rap. If you're a short seller and you're about to place a multi-million-dollar position on a company, what are you going to do? You're not just going to blindly throw money into a company because you think it's going to go down. You're going to do research. You're going to investigate that company. And a lot of times they uncover fraudulent stuff going on in these companies, and it actually helps to protect retail traders from scams like the one we're going to be talking about today. But before we get started, if you're looking for the absolute best broker out there right now, I want to steer you towards Webull. I got the desktop platform pulled up on the screen. The charts are spot on, the best free charts out there offered by any broker. Get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,800 using the link in the description. All right, so I have the Lordstown Motors chart pulled up on the screen, ticker symbol RIDE, and this is the stock we're going to be talking about today. The popular EV truck wannabe manufacturer was popping in 2020 as the EV craze drove pretty much any EV stock to the moon. We saw Lordstown Motors run from $11 a share all the way up to highs of almost $32 per share. Right here in the $27 area, we had Hindenburg Research, a short seller, come out and release this short report. A monstrous short report that accused Lordstown Motors and their executives of fraud. If you were a retail investor and you looked at this short report and you did your own due diligence and research like I did, and I firmly believe the Hindenburg Research short report to be true, you had time to get out of your position up here in this area and avoid this monster drop. So if you listened to the short sellers in this case, they would have protected you and saved you a ton of money and headache. Let's take a look at the Hindenburg Research short report real quick, and I'll talk to you guys about why I think this stock is headed to zero. We're currently trading at $10 per share, and there could be some pops, right? There could be some short-term short squeezes or pops that send the stock higher. There's no doubt about it. I don't think it's immediately going to go to zero over the next couple of months. I think it's going to take a while, and the company will slowly bleed out, and I'll offer my thesis on why I think that in a second. I don't think it's going to go out of business tomorrow, but I do think this company is in a lot of trouble, and I think the executives should be in jail. That's right. We're going to be talking about the executives here as well. First of all, the Lordstown Motors Endurance. I was never a big fan of the design. I think it looks like a Honda Ridgeline. And if any of you guys have ever driven a truck, you know that the Honda Ridgeline is a no-no. You might as well go get a Nissan Leaf if you're gonna buy a Honda Ridgeline. And I think this Lordstown Endurance kind of resembles a Honda Ridgeline. So right off the jump, I did not like the design of the pickup truck, and I never really got who their target customer was gonna be. They say the first all-electric commercial pickup truck. That is not a commercial pickup truck. That is not a F-250 Super Duty. You see the F-250 Super Duties at these construction sites. They are bigger and stronger looking than this Endurance. You know, I don't see fleets switching from what they're using now for this Endurance. So right off the bat, their target customer base was supposed to be these fleets. I don't see fleets really using this truck, and I don't see retail customers like me going to buy this truck to be my everyday driver either. Their target customer it's not a good look. And then today we get news that the CEO and the CFO are quitting, which is big because it makes the short report that we're going to look at even seem more and more true every day, right? If you're not lying, if you're not committing fraud, then why are you quitting? Why are you stepping down? It's not a good look for Lordstown Motors. Let's take a look at the Hindenburg Research short report and talk about why it's so damning. Lordstown is an electric vehicle SPAC. It's not a SPAC anymore. They've already merged. With no revenue and no sellable product. We already knew that. They were in the beginning stages of the company, so obviously they're still in the R&D phase of the company, which we believe has misled investors on both its demand and production capabilities. The company has consistently pointed to its book of 100,000 pre-orders as proof of deep demand for its proposed EV truck. This is the big point that we need to pay attention to. Our conversations with former employees, business partners, as in an extensive document review, show that the company's orders are largely fictitious and used as a prop to raise capital and confer legitimacy. For example, Lordstown recently announced a 14,000 truck deal from E Squared Energy, supposed to represent $735 million in sales. E Squared is based out of a small residential apartment in Texas. That is fraud. That is literally like the Wolf of Wall Street calling up people trying to sell that company that was based out of a shed in Nebraska. So Lordstown Motors was just being accused of this. I'm not saying it's fact. Paying these fake companies to do these pre-orders. They were paying them, saying, hey, put in an order for 100,000 of our trucks. We'll give you X amount of dollars. You are not liable for these trucks. You can just cancel when it's time, and you still get to keep the money that we're paying you to do this. It is a scam, and they belong in jail. They were coming out every other day saying, we have this amount of pre-orders. Oh, look at our pre-orders. It's all fake. It was all a sham. It was all a charade. Hindenburg Research came out a couple months ago with this short report. This is not breaking news. So we had time to digest this information up here. If I was holding the stock, I wasn't, because I didn't like the design of the Endurance. I would have been out in this area, and I would have not have to held through this drop. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Lordstown Motors executive Steve Burns, the CEO or the old CEO, should be held liable for this? Or do you think the short report is wrong? Let me know in the comments. That's enough on Lordstown Motors. I just wanted to talk to you guys about the short sellers and how they're getting a bad rap, but sometimes they actually do benefit the retail trader. If you want to come trade with me, get a week free trial to the private Discord chat. There's a link in the description for that as well. All right, let's talk about some stocks that I think are good buys right now. The first being Hyliion. Added today again to my position. We're up to 2,250 shares at 10.54 average. Okay, so we're coming in to some $11 support. That is going to be a key area. Tons of volume traded in that $11 area. I want that area to hold. I'm going to look to add again if we approach that $11 area, and look to bounce back over this 1350 resistance. And I think once we get over 1350, next stop is $15 per share. NIO Neo, we called Neo at $30 here on the channel. We need to look for that 43.20 pullback. That 43.20, another key area here on the chart for Neo. I expect those delivery numbers to increase as China opens back up. I think people are going to be getting out and about trying to buy these cars in China. We know that China is the fastest growing EV market, and Neo's delivery numbers over the next couple of quarters are going to be absolutely monster. And we're looking for this thing to hold that $43 area and round back out towards that $60 per share mark. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. If you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button for me. It helps the channel out. I love all of you guys, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Until next time, peace.